part 2 of my series on my new hydroponic garden. I'll be documenting the journey from installation, which I did in a previous video, all the way through harvest, and just seeing how the experiment goes. So we're about a month into it. So in my first video, I demoed how the whole thing works. So just a quick recap. Very simple system, which has a submersible pump in this 27-gallon bucket that is buried in the ground to keep it from getting too hot. You've got this hose that comes up, and 4 times a day for 20 minutes, this pump goes on. It's on a timer, and it puts water in this tube, and it goes along the tube. The tube is parallel to the ground, but when the tube that's in the bottom here overflows, gravity just does its business. The water trickles down to here and flows over here, and then it just repeats it down all the way through the system here, and then finally back into the bucket where it just circulates again. There is some fertilizer in the water that I do about every 4 weeks. So that's how the system works. And so what I'm doing here is a bunch of different things. So here we have Brussels sprouts, and we've got romaine, we've got different kinds of lettuce on the bottom, leafy vegetables. These holes just for the bottom rack are for 2-inch net pots, whereas everything else is a 3-inch net pot. So I've got some cilantro and some other lettuce and just some stuff here that's going on. Need to fix this one here. And one little mini romaine lettuce that's not growing. So that's what I got going on the bottom here. And back to the Brussels sprouts. So the idea here, and this is one thing that I'm trying to figure out as I go, is what happens when these bushes get really big? Like, if these in front get really big, will it block the ones in the back? I have no idea. So I'm figuring this out. So my idea is that I've got the Brussels sprouts kind of here vertically, and same with the tomatoes. And the idea, what I want to do, and I'm hoping this works, is that as the tomatoes grow, I'm going to use this trestle to kind of clip it and let it grow, or using the crossbar as a trestle, and I'm letting it kind of go over and behind the crossbar and let it hang, and I'll have it kind of hanging there with twine, and I'll be pruning it. So the idea is that, yes, these 6 tomato plants will all get very bushy and kind of harder to navigate, but they'll all be together and they'll kind of all be streamlined over the bar. And then the same concept here with the cucumbers. I've got 4 cucumber plants. And the idea, same thing here, is that as they grow up, I'm going to have them kind of going over the trestle and back down the other side. Peppers, same thing. I don't know if they're going to get quite as big, but I've got a bunch of peppers. And then this one's interesting, is the broccoli. So I grew these from seedling in my back porch that was heated, and they were really hurting. They were like lying over like this, but I transplanted them out here anyway, and they are doing pretty good, actually. So that's broccoli. We'll see what happens there. And it's just really fun to come out here. The fertilizer works very well. The idea is that because they're constantly in water, you're not losing nutrients by having the water soak into the soil with traditional gardening. And then each one of these plants can literally be moved. If you just pick it up here, you'll see it's got a whole root system here. And if I want to move it around to another spot on the trestle, I can do that. But I'm just going to put it back. And so it's pretty cool. So that's my update on my system. We're about 4 weeks into this. The seedlings are growing really fast. I'm hoping to harvest the lettuce in a few weeks. I'll start clipping the cilantro and going from there. So I'm a very amateur gardener. So we're going to just keep going throughout the year, throughout the summer, and see what happens. And then just so I'm kind of keeping in line with a regular garden, I've got some edamame and some sugar snap peas in the regular garden bed. And I'm hoping, what I was told is that these don't need as much sun, so that even though they're blocked by the trestle here, they should still grow, and they're doing pretty good. They've been in there about a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then finally we've got our strawberries with my homemade bird cage. This keeps the birds out. We had a couple years where we grew a lot of strawberries, and then next thing you know, all the birds came in from the top. We've got pretty good protection from like bunnies and squirrels with the fence. We've got both the chicken wire and the plastic fence, because the bunnies will chew through the plastic. So we've got both with a little gate. So that protects us from the critters, but the birds got to the strawberries. So the strawberries are doing good, pretty good. You can see a couple way in there that have fallen off, and I picked a bunch this morning. So the strawberries are doing pretty good here. So there you go. There's an update on my 2024 hydroponics system experiment, and stay tuned for more videos as the summer goes on.